right, it's the last day.
It is.
Thoughts?
I'm really excited to see the roundup. We get to watch them sort out the horses between the different farms, and then the farmers are going to take their horses home. But there's also an auction, so people are going to be buying horses, so that's going to be pretty fun to watch. Not participate. That's not happening, at least for me.
I don't think I'll be buying an Icelandic pony when I come back.
You say that now.
That might change.
So we get to watch that, and then we're gonna ride across the lake today. So hopefully we stay somewhat dry, though we will get wet. After that, we have, there's a dance tonight. There's a local dance that starts at 11 p.m. We'll leave around like 1 or 1:30 a.m. I don't know if I can rally, but I have to rally, so anyway, but it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun on this trip. Every day had something that I really enjoyed. I can still walk. I'm not super sore. I'm really impressed with myself that I'm as good as I am after 1 short year of training.
You're advanced.
Apparently.
Okay. So it's last day. I'm not sore. I really thought I would be sore. I'm a little bit concerned though, because I fully planned to have like a 6-pack of abs when I got home. And so the lack of soreness tells me that maybe I won't get there, which is unfortunate. It's all well and good. Yeah, we're gonna ride across the lake today. I'm hoping that that little tape thing with the rain pants works again, because otherwise I want to flood my boots. The last couple days in Reykjavik and here in Iceland will be a little bit miserable, although I did pack backup shoes. Might have to bust those out. Just hopefully my boots dry in time for the airplane, because they're quite large and I don't want to pack them. Also, my first pair of jeans are really, really muddy. These ones are moderately dirty. I'm kind of right now trying to figure my suitcase out so that I can pack dirt-covered clothes on this side and all the other clothes on this side, and that's my current dilemma. But otherwise, everything else is good. We got a fellow team roper here, so maybe tonight he threatened to bring out a rope and teach everyone how to rope, so maybe I gotta show him how it's done. Okay, over now. Tip down. Let it just fall, don't throw it. Yes! Woo! Okay, pull your slack tight now. Hand down, yep, pull it back. Good job.
Or here in the bus?
In general, yeah, but
Yeah?
my mom.
Oh. Should I just roll?
Roll.
Let's roll.
People have horses to buy.
Are you buying a horse?
No. I heard divorces are expensive.
Oh, more expensive than a horse?
Yeah.
Said we should stand by the person with the biggest camera.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, we've arrived at the roundup where Liz has a 12% chance of buying a horse.
It is getting higher by the moment.
Have you picked one out yet?
No. See, it's only if one
sure?
really calls to me.
Oh, okay.
You know, I gotta put on my sweater. I think that'll up the chances even further.
What's the percentage you'll buy a horse?
0.
What's the percentage you'll buy a horse?
4%.
1%. How about you?
It's actually 4.
2%.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Anybody else? 1%? Anybody else buying a horse today? 3%. Oh, we're thinking about it. How about you? No. 1%.
We've seen them, it will be.
Oh, she's keeping her options open.
Right?
Katie just told me there are about 500 horses.
No way.
Horses.
She told me.
Oh, look at them.
She should know Heidi. The girl with the lovely sweater.
I can find the one where he's like, I mean, it's just
Oh my god.
isn't that
so
cool?
freaking cool?
I mean, it's just
His
cool.
whole, yeah, well, when I got my guy, I don't know if you saw him, but he looked kind of like
Oh,
not
really?
that same, but he's got like,
And he had the bright blue eyes.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, are
Now-
you buying a horse today?
No.
so this
I
was
would
my
love to,
guy that I was
honestly, I
riding
would.
yesterday. He's
Oh,
got
that
the
is
blue
cool.
eyes.
Yeah, he's
Not
cool.
the same,
I
but
thought
like,
him,
yeah. But then I found a
But
baby.
there was something just so dramatic about that
Yeah,
one. With
well, it's the
black
black and the. Well, I found these little guys yesterday. I love that color.
Yeah.
What do you think that color? What do you think that grows into though?
Gray.
Yeah.
I
You
vote
think
gray.
so?
Because
Yeah.
but some of them were dapple. Some of them must be
Yeah.
dapple gray.
There was a horse yesterday, or maybe it was
haven't
that
seen
looked
any
blue.
gold grays.
Yeah.
There was a horse on that fence line
Yeah.
that was part of the other group.
Yeah.
He looked blue.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't this
They
guy,
come in
was
all
it?
colors.
Yeah, it kind of was. Didn't he kind of look blue?
Yeah. I was like, I wonder what, because I haven't seen any gray, like adult grays. I have not seen. So
right.
I was like, I wonder if it
They just
they
get
mature
white out.
gray.
Change.
Yeah.
Right. Because I love the dark dapple gray. Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
My-
For the
sure there's
record,
some-
what did your wife say?
So I said, we're at the auction today. I said, do you want another pony? And she just said, yep.
He got the green light.
Let's
You are
go.
authorized.
I'm authorized.
You are.
I have the blank check.
You remember the movie?
Horses in Iceland aren't just symbolic. They're working, competing, and very much part of everyday life. For centuries, Icelandic horses were essential for traveling across lava fields, rivers, and mountains, and moving livestock. They were also used to carry goods between farms and regions before roads were built. They served as the main mode of transportation, and breeding still reflects those demands for toughness and sure-footedness. Horses are still widely used during annual sheep roundups. Riders cover long distances over rough terrain, and the horses must be calm around sheep and other riders. Multi-day endurance is key, and even today, many Icelanders learn to ride specifically for this purpose. Iceland also has a strong competitive horse culture, with gated sport competitions featuring the Tolt, 4-gate, 5-gate, and pace. Pace racing includes flying pace over short distances, and breeding evaluations, which look at conformation and ridden ability. These events are major social and cultural gatherings, not niche sports. Horses are also central to Icelandic tourism, where guided trail rides are good for visitors of all skill levels, and multi-day highland treks like the one we're doing are also very popular. These farm-based riding experiences feature Icelandic horses with calm temperaments, making them ideal for beginners, while still fun for experienced riders. Horses are a part of growing up in Iceland. Riding clubs and youth programs are common, and kids often learn horse care alongside riding. Horses teach responsibility and connect youth to rural traditions. Icelandic horses are bred for domestic use in sport, farm life, and tourism, but they're also used for export to Europe, North America, and beyond. Export horses represent a significant agricultural product, and once exported, they can never return to Iceland. Beyond practical uses, horses appear in Icelandic sagas and folklore, art, poetry, and national symbolism, and in festivals, parades, and local celebrations. They're seen less as a luxury animal and more as cultural partners. In some areas, horses are used to graze the land naturally, maintain traditional grazing systems, and support low-impact rural land use. In short, Icelandic horses are workers, athletes, teachers, tourist ambassadors, and cultural icons, often all in one lifetime. It was a sheep delay.
There's little sheepish.
Each spring and summer, sheep roam freely across mountains and highlands, shaping the landscape through grazing. In the fall, communities gather for, let me just have a local say this word, a centuries-old roundup where families and neighbors sort sheep by ownership, a major cultural and social event. These sheep clearly didn't get the memo that this was the horse roundup time. But sheep do provide some of Iceland's most iconic products. Lamb is a cornerstone of Icelandic cuisine, often grass-fed and free-range, giving it a mild, clean flavor. Wool is used to make lopapeysa, the traditional Icelandic sweater prized for warmth and water resistance, and historically sheep were essential for survival, supplying food, clothing, and trade goods. Today, sheep farming remains an important rural livelihood, and the sight of sheep wandering near roads or across lava fields is a classic Icelandic experience.
See their udder position? Is that too much to ask? They're a lot smaller than what I imagined they'd be like.
They look like the sheep that the dragons eat on How to Train Your Dragon.
That is true.
A little bit.
I just want to see their udder position. Udder position. I keep asking about the udder placement because the Icelandic sheep are and used to be a three-purpose breed: milk, wool, and meat. However, Icelandics moved towards meat and wool production, and their milk production has decreased. I want to get into the sheep dairy homesteading world, and so I was really curious.
Are you excited?
Yeah, it's a Icelandic rodeo.
Icelandic rodeo.
At this point in the morning, the horse roundup was well underway. Horse roundups in Iceland are a centuries-old tradition that blends livestock management, community cooperation, and celebration. As I mentioned in the last episodes, it starts with summer grazing in the highlands, where from late spring through summer, Icelandic horses, along with sheep, are turned loose to graze freely on common lands in the highlands. Horses roam widely in family bands, often covering large, rugged areas with little human contact. This system reduces feed costs and allows horses to develop strength, sure-footedness, and social skills. In the autumn, the horses are rounded up for the rettir. Did I say that better? When horses are brought down from the highlands before winter. Local farmers, horse owners, and volunteers, often dozens or even hundreds, participate on horseback, herding the horses toward a central collection point. Experienced riders help keep the herd calm and moving as a group, and though dogs are sometimes used, horses are primarily moved by mounted riders. Once that's complete, the herd arrives at the the sorting pen, where the horses are driven into a large, circular, stone or wooden enclosure called a ret. These pens are iconic, many are historic structures, and are still in use today, as you can see here. Now the next part of this process, the sorting, is the heart of a rettir. Inside the ret, the horses are sorted by ownership.
How many are you getting? 14.
Seriously.
Owners recognize their horses by colors and markings, mane and tail characteristics, and brands or microchips. The horses are separated into smaller pens or let out one by one. At this ret, we were told that each, as I would call it a spoke since it looks like a wagon wheel, each spoke belongs to a different farm. So the horses were sorted into the spokes respective of which farm they belong to. And this process can take hours or even days depending on the size of the roundup. After the sorting, once all the horses have been identified, some horses return to farms for winter, some are sold, and young horses may be evaluated for a temperament and movement.
Okay, we'll be skedaddled.
Veterinary checks often happen soon after as well. Rettir are major social events. Families and neighbors work together, there's music, shared meals, and celebrations often following. And for many, it's the highlight of the year. This tradition reinforces community ties and Iceland's deep connection to horses and land. While vaguely similar to some practices in the US, there is quite a few differences. Horses are free-ranging for months here in Iceland, not pasture-kept. And sorting relies heavily on local knowledge, not paperwork. The scale and terrain are more rugged, and the event is as much cultural tradition as livestock management. As the day progressed, I started seeing some patterns. There were certain farmers that were out in the middle, in the thick of the action, from dawn until dusk, or at least I assume I wasn't there till dusk. But they started out with a good work ethic. They were very involved with checking the horses over, making sure that theirs were getting into their pens, and assessing them for overall health and quality. They were also out there braving the elements, and by elements I mean feisty little ponies that have been running wild, horses, that have been running wild in the hills for several months. They were risking life and limb to sort these ponies in some cases, because I think on occasion these horses might have formed groups with other horses that were from different farms, and so they did not want to be parted with them. And then, of course, on the contrast, there were some that were a little bit more easy to handle. Not quite as wild, and they made the jobs a lot easier for those that were sorting them. But the cast that was sorting was pretty consistent. There were some that rotated in and out, but a core group of them were staying the whole time. And then there were some people that were there for the socializing and cultural aspect, I assume. Because my entire time that I was there, I never saw them actually go out into the middle of the pen and join the worker bees out there. When I first started, I was in this one spoke here, and the spoke to my left really felt like a frat party was happening. there was a lot of alcohol. I think the number of beer cans that were piled up in their spoke was much more than the horses they were acquiring. But they were having a great time. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Coming together with your friends, enjoying this roundup. I just had to laugh because it was really making me feel like rodeo all over again. A lot of the same elements were transcribing across the cultures. And, you know, in rodeo, there's also a lot of chaos there. So you can see in the background this child just getting yeeted up into the air. Everyone was having a great time. A lot of chaos, but a lot of fun. 10 out of 10 recommend. But enough of that. People watching is great, food is better. So it was about lunchtime, they had a cook shack on site, and we were off to see what we could find for food.